This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
Capacity crowd here tonight. And they'll have good crowds for tomorrow afternoon and Sunday afternoon. With Baltimore battling for the pennant. They're just one game behind the Yankees, but they have lost 3 more games than the Yankees have lost. They've won one more game, and the Yankees have won. Tony Kubek standing alongside of Gus Triandos watching Milt Pappas loosen up. Pappas has won 12 and lost 8 this year. Against the Yankees, he has no wins and 2 defeats. His lifetime record against New York, 3 wins, 4 defeats, and his lifetime mark in the big leagues, 37 wins and 27 defeats. Pappas is 6'3", 200 pounds, born May the 11th, 1939. Man, he's just a youngster. Just 21 years old. This is his 4th year in organized ball. And he has come a long, long way. Tony Kubek steps into the batter's box. Frank Crissetti is coaching down at third. Ralph Houck is down at first. This ball game ready to get underway. Lots of excitement here tonight. Plate umpire Charlie Berry dusting off home plate. On deck is Cletus Boyer. Kubek batting .287, 22 doubles, 3 triples, 10 homers, and 55 runs batted in. Here's the windup, and the first pitch of the ball game is in there for a called strike. He fired a fastball right through the middle. Beautiful night for a ball game here in Baltimore, Maryland. The pitch is fouled back in the upper deck, strike 2. Nothing in 2 on Kubek. For some of you who may not have heard, the Orioles purchased Dave Philly from the Giants today. And he is here in time for the ball game. He has been an outstanding pinch hitter in his last few years in the big league. Here's a 2-strike pitch. Ground foul outside of first. Whitey Ford continues to loosen up down in the Yankee bullpen. Whitey not completely satisfied with the time he had allotted to him to warm up. Is pitching to Elston Howard down in the bullpen down the right field line. Baltimore bullpen situated down the left field line. Pappas again into the windup. Kicks, delivers a fastball fouled back in the upper deck. 4 straight strikes that Pappas has thrown without throwing a ball. Kubek has fouled off 2 of them. Again, the windup by the right-hander. A base hit to center field on a high curveball, so Pappas refused to waste one, and Kubek swinging away lines his single to center. The first hit of the ball game, and it brings up Cletus Boyer, the Yankee third baseman. Boyer batting .249, 17 doubles, 1 triple, 12 homers, and 39 runs batted in. We have 2 of the finest third basemen in baseball playing against each other tonight. Brooks Robinson for Baltimore and Cletus Boyer for the Yankees. Jopo holding first against Kubek. The pitch to Boyer is bunted out and missed, strike 1. Jopo and Robinson charging in from first and third. On deck is Roger Maris. Boyle looks down at Frank Crissetti. Kubek leads off first. The stretch. The pitch is bunted out and missed again. Strike 2. And Boyle shaking his head with his hands on his hips. Pappas is fast out there tonight. He fired the first 2 strikes by Kubek, but couldn't get the third one by him. He threw the first 2 right by Cletus Boyer. He has yet to throw a ball to do better. 2-2 on Boyer. The stretch by Pappas. The pitch. Just outside ball one. Big Gus Triando's doing the catching tonight for Baltimore. We'll hear lots of yelling tonight. Pappas sets again. His pitch is strike three swinging. No, wait a minute. Triando's dropped that ball. He foul tipped it. And Larry Knapp running in from first base saw the ball hit the ground. Triando's picked it up so quickly we didn't even see it hit the ground from up here. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Larry Knapp is coming in. Talking to Charlie Berry. He's out. He is struck out. Triando did not drop the ball, and let's see if Casey Stengel will come out. Paul Richards had jumped out of the Orioles dugout. Boyer foul tipped the ball, and it hit off Triando's glove, and he lunged for it. We couldn't see whether it hit the ground or not. First, Larry Knapp signaled safe, and then after Walter Drobo talked to him, Knapp came in to Charlie Berry and said that the ball did not hit the ground. So it's a strikeout swinging. And there's an unusual play right here in the top of the first inning. It's a strikeout for Pappas. One out. Here's Roger Maris. Maris batting .293, has 16 doubles, 5 triples, 35 homers, and 96 runs batted in. Roger leads the American League in homers and RBI. No score, top of the first inning. Kubek at first. Here's the stretch by Pappas. The pitch to Maris. The ground ball to second base. Reading to Hansen for one. Back to first. Double play. A fine double play by the young Baltimore infield as Reading backhanded the ball to Hansen, and his rifle throw to Drobo doubled Maris. So in the top of the first inning for the Yankees, no runs on one hit. No Baltimore errors, nobody left, and the score at the end of one half inning of play, the Yankees nothing and the Orioles coming to bat.
Ever hear of a gasoline that doubles as a mechanic? In a way, Atlantic Imperial gasoline does just that. Here's how. When you drive, exhaust fumes and other air contaminants escape your air cleaner and collect in the carburetor in the form of deposits. Now, even a small amount of deposits can cause an improper mixture of air and gasoline. When this happens, stalling, rough idling, and actual gasoline waste result. Now, one way to handle a dirty carburetor is to get under the hood and clean it manually. But why go to all that trouble and expense when Atlantic Imperial does the job for you without even raising the hood? Atlantic Imperial actually cleans your carburetor as you drive and keeps it clean. With a clean carburetor, you get proper mixture of gasoline and air. You'll enjoy smooth engine performance, greater gasoline economy. Give it a try. Use Atlantic Imperial gasoline to keep your car on the go.
Defeated Baltimore 5-0, 2-0, 5-2, and 1-0. So he shut him out 3 times. Jackie Brandt leading off, steps into the batter's box. Batting .255. Jackie has 21 doubles, 6 triples, 13 homers, and 55 runs batted in. First pitch to Brandt. It's a base hit to left field. A solid line drive on the first pitch. Barrers up with it, and Brandt takes a big round at first and goes back. So, on the very first pitch, the Orioles get their first base hit. Here's June Woodling, who has hit his safely in 17 straight games. 26 for 63, batting a .413 average. His average average on the year is 289. Here's the stretch to pitch to Woodling. Low outside, ball one. Gene has 18 doubles, 3 triples, 10 homers, 53 runs, batted in. The excitement here tonight is tremendous. Battle for first place going on right now. Grant with a short lead off first. A stretch by Whitey. The pitch is low, ball 2, 2-0. First against Jackie Brandt. Here's the stretch. The pitch is a curve hit high in the air to right field. Maris is going back. He's got room, though. Under it, Brandt is tagging. Maris makes the catch. Brandt's going to try for second. The throw is not in time, and Brandt is in there. Heads up base running. Tagged up and went to second base on Woodling's long fly to deep right field. And that brings up Brooks Robinson, the third baseman. No score here in the bottom of the first. Robinson batting .301, 22 doubles, 8 triples, 11 homers, and 70 runs batted in. Robinson bats him right-handed, choking up on the bat a little bit. Here's the stretch by Whitey. Pitch to Robinson is swung at and missed, strike one. On deck, Walter Dropo. Grant at first went halfway on a high fly ball. Then he saw Maris backing up, and he hustled back to first, tagged up and slid in easily ahead of Maris's long throw in from right field. Strike on Robinson. The stretch by 4. There goes Richardson over to second, but Whitey steps off the rubber. A lot of the fans yelling balk. They didn't see Whitey step back off the pitching rubber. Again, Whitey sets. Pitch inside. Ball 1-1-1. Almost hit Robinson. Plum Harris is coaching down at third. Jimmy Adair is down at first base for Baltimore. Night for a ball game. 1-1 on Robinson. The stretch by 4. Curve is line to right field, and it's in there for extra bases. Breeding is scoring, and Robinson's going to try for 3. No, he holds at second base with a long double. Line to double deep in the right field corner. It picked off the wall. Maris played it perfectly, and Robinson, who had ideas of going to third, rounded second and held up. For Robinson, his 23rd double of the year, his 71st run batted in, and Baltimore leads 1-0. Here's Walter Dropo batting .268. 8 doubles, 3 homers, 20 runs batted in. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first. Whitey sets. Fastball is low, ball 1. Robinson is just about the most improved hitter that we've seen in baseball this year. Outfield deep and around towards left on Dropo. The pitch, slow curve, is swung and it missed, strike 1-1-1. Bat way down on the end. Here's the stretch by 4. Curve line. Boyer's got to throw to second. Double play. Dropo hit a shot right at Cletus Boyer, and before Robinson could get back to second, Boyer rifled to Richardson for the double play. So for Baltimore in the bottom of the first, 1 run. 2 pitch. No Yankee errors and nobody left, and the score at the end of one full inning. Baltimore 1 and the Yankees nothing. Both teams have come up with clutch double plays in the first inning. So Baltimore scored 1 run. On an exciting first inning as Brad Singles went to second on a long fly by Woodling, hit the deep right field after he tagged up and then scored on a double by Brooks Robinson. Jopo then hit into a double play to end the inning. Man, the first inning that exciting. Imagine what the rest of this game and series is going to be like. And after this crucial series, the Yankees fly right back to New York to face the Boston Red Sox in a 1:30 p.m. Labor Day doubleheader at Yankee Stadium. That's Monday afternoon. And Ted Williams, who very well, maybe well, in his final month of baseball during his spectacular career, is back in the lineup along with the RBI leader Vic Wertz and slugger Frank Malzone. On the scoreboard in the American League, Washington and Boston playing a twilight doubleheader. The Senators are leading 4-2 at the end of 8 innings. Lee against Nichols. Jim Lemon and Dan Dobek have homers for Washington. Ted Williams in the 8th. A 516th of his career, and you know he's going to be at Yankee Stadium on Labor Day. Mickey Mantle will be leading off for the Yankees here in the top of the second, with Baltimore leading 1-0. Batting .278, 15 doubles, 6 triples, 31 homers, and 78 runs batted in. He takes a fastball over, strike one call. On deck is Bill Skowron. The Pappers keep up this pace all night. It'll be remarkable. He's firing that ball. There's a curve, one at the second base. Reading to Jopo. He's out. They got him. A fine play by Bob Breeding. I never thought they'd get Mantle as Mickey dragged what looked like a perfect punch past the pitcher's box, but Breeding came charging in and threw off balance to Jopo just in time to nip Mantle one away. Here's Bill Skowron. The Moose batting .309, 29 doubles, 3 triples, 25 homers, and 86 runs batted in. The pitch to the Moose is swung and a missed, strike one. On deck, Yogi Berra. Outfield deep straight away on the Moose. Fastball is just outside, ball 1-1. Gene Woodling in left field is giving Skowron a lot of the left field line. He's shading him over towards left center. In right field, Jackie Brandt is straight away but deep, and Busby straight away in center field and deep. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Skowron. Outside, ball 2, 2-1. Pappas takes a deep breath out on the mound. The windup. His pitch is popped in the air, foul. Hansen and Robinson chasing it. It's near the wall and goes into the seats. Both Hansen and Robinson were there. Had that ball stayed in the playing field, both of them could have caught it, but it went back about 2 rows in the box seats. There's lots of room to roam for foul balls from in back of home plate all the way down the left field line and down the right field line. It's 309 in left field and right field. 410 in straightaway center. 2-2 on Skowron. The pitch is strike 3 swinging. Pappas chalks up his second strikeout of the ball game, and here's Yogi Berra. Yogi batting an even .300. 11 doubles, 1 triple, 14 homers, and 51 runs batted in. Real rabid fans down here in Baltimore. The Birds have drawn over 1 million fans so far this year. 2 out, no nobody on. 1-0 Baltimore leads. The pitch to Yogi is high outside, ball one. On deck, Johnny Blanchard. The 1-0 pitch is swung and a miss. Strike one, 1-1. Yogi went after a high breaking ball, didn't get it. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Change up high, ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is outside, ball 3, 3-1. Behind Barrett, 3-1. Yogi swinging that big bat back and forth, keeps it low to the ground. The windup. The pitch is strike called. Yogi jumps around and argues with Charlie Berry, and he is arguing with him. Yogi thought he had a base on balls that time. 3-2 on Yogi. Yogi turns around and looks in the Yankee dugout. Old habit of Yogi's. And the fans are starting to ride, Yogi. Full count, 3-2, 2 out, nobody on. 1-0 Baltimore lead. Here's the payoff pitch to Yogi. Strike 3, struck him out. Pappas gets his third strikeout as he sets the Yankees down 1-2-3, nothing across in the top of the second. And the score at the end of an inning and a half, Baltimore 1 and the Yankees nothing.
Are you really satisfied with the way your car has been acting lately? Maybe it's nothing you can actually put your finger on. More frequent stalling, perhaps, or rough idling, less miles per gallon. Now, your trouble could be a dirty carburetor, something that can happen to any car, even a relatively new one. You see, exhaust fumes and other air contaminants get by your air cleaner and build up deposits on the carburetor wall near the throttle plate. Even a small amount of these deposits can cause the throttle plate to feed an improper mixture of air and gasoline to your engine. And the result is rough performance and actual gasoline waste. But now, you can eliminate the problems caused by a dirty carburetor with new Atlantic Imperial gasoline. Atlantic Imperial actually cleans your carburetor as you drive and keeps it clean. So, to end stalling, rough idling, and gasoline waste due to a dirty carburetor, use Atlantic Imperial. The gasoline that adds pleasure to your driving and keeps your car on the go.
Had an operation on his thumb of the right hand. He is still wearing a golf glove with a sponge on the bat. He missed over a month of the season, but he has been helping the Birds here of late. Whitey Ford on the mound, 1-0 Baltimore lead. The windup by Whitey. The pitch is low outside, ball 1. On deck is Ron Hansen, the shortstop. Side of the Yankee infield, playing Triandos deep and over towards third. Barrett deep and left. Slow curve is in the dirt, ball 2, 2-0. Johnny Blanchard picks it up, rubs up the ball before firing it back to Ford. All right, here's the windup by Whitey. Fastball low, ball 3, 3-0. Up by Whitey. Fastball in there, strike called, 3-1. Russ steps out of the batter's box to look down at Lum Harris, the third base coach. Very little wind blowing tonight. Will not affect any balls hit out in the outfield. The 3-1 pitch, slow curve, inside, ball 4. He lost him. There's the first walk given up by Whitey Ford. up the shortstop, Ron Hansen, batting .261. 19 doubles, 5 triples, 19 homers, and 74 runs batted in. Hansen was picked as this year's all-star shortstop by the opposing players. Triandos leads off first. The pitch to Hansen is low, ball 1. Hansen is 6'3" and 190 pounds. Blanchard calls time, goes out to the mound to talk with Ford. He was born May 4th, 1938. This is only his 4th year in organized ball. Barron holds the bag against Triandos. 1 ball, no strikes on Hansen. The curve is popped into short right field. Richardson going back and makes the catch. Hansen hit that ball right off his fist. 1 away. And it brings up Jim Busby, the center fielder. Busby batting just .239, 6 doubles and 7 runs batted in. Has stocked his batting order with right-handers. Only 1 left-hand hitter, that's Woodling. There's a pitch on the outside corner, strike 1 forward. Busby chokes up in the bat. He can fly. On deck is Marv Breeding, the second baseman. Triandos short lead off first. Curveball almost hit Busby. Ball 1, 1-1. Strike 1 out. 1-0 Baltimore leads. Bottom of the second. Fastball foul at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And now Skowron moves in back of the runner at first base, Gus Triandos. Not holding him close to the bag. No speed merchant on the base pass. Whitey set. Outside, ball 2, 2-2. Mantle playing a shallow center field, as is Marison right. Yogi fairly deep in left. Busby not noted for his power, more the line drive type hitter. He shakes off a couple of times. Now he's got the one he likes. Set. Curve swung at and missed, strike 3. Bill Whitey chalks up his first strikeout of the night, getting Jim Busby, and it brings up the second baseman, Marv Breeding. Breeding is hitting .281, having a fine year. 23 doubles, 1 triple, 3 homers, and 38 runs batted in. 2 out. Right-hand hitting second baseman. Stretch by Whitey. Curveball is high, ball 1. Lots of fans standing out in the street watching this game. Way in back of the parking lot in center field. I thought that's the first time they've ever had that happen in a baseball game here. Fastball swung and missed, strike 1, 1-1. I tell you, the interest in this series is amazing. And it should be the same way when Baltimore visits the Yankees at Yankee Stadium later on this month. We'll tell you about that upcoming series at the end of this inning. Curveball is high, ball 2, 2-1. Two exciting ball teams, the Yankees in Baltimore. Balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Triandos is at first base. Baltimore leading 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Stretch by Whitey. Fastball line, a base hit to left center field. And Triandos holds at second base on a long single. center field by Marv Breeding. That's the third hit off Whitey Ford, and it'll bring up the pitcher, Milt Pappas. Pappas batting .056 is 3 for 54, 1 homer and 3 runs batted in. Is Jackie Brent, who singled and scored in the bottom of the first. The only run of the game. Pappas holding that bat way down on the end. The stretch by Whitey. Curveball is over. Strike call. Curveball outside, 1-1. Runners at first and second, leading away. Whitey sets. Pitch is a curve, swung at and missed. Strike 2. Big cut by Milt Pappas. 2 out and 2 on here in the bottom of the second. Baltimore leading 1-0. Here's the stretch by Whitey. Curveball swung it and missed. Strike 3 as Whitey took a little bit off the curve. Second strikeout for Ford for Baltimore in the bottom of the second. No runs on 1 hit. No Yankee errors. 2 men left in the score at the end of 2 full innings. Baltimore 1 and the Yankees nothing.
A clean carburetor helps give extra gasoline mileage. So use new Atlantic Imperial, the gasoline that cleans your carburetor as you drive and keeps it clean.
In the first game of a 29 doubleheader, 5-1. Lee all the way to win it. Sullivan the loser. Lemon and Dobek home for Washington. Ted Williams had one for the Red Sox, their only run, the 516th of his major league career. Detroit is at Chicago tonight. Cleveland at Kansas City in the National League. 3-night games: Milwaukee at Cincinnati, Chicago at St. Louis, Los Angeles at San Francisco, and Philadelphia and Pittsburgh not scheduled. Baltimore will be at Yankee Stadium on Friday night, September 16th, Saturday afternoon, the 17th, which is a ladies' day, and a doubleheader on Sunday, September 18th. Leading off for the Yankees, Johnny Blanchard batting .274. Pappas' first pitch is a strike as he went around far enough. He checked his swing, but had gone better than halfway around, so it's strike 1 called by Charlie Berry. Johnny has 2 doubles, 3 homers, and 10 runs batted in. Is keeping that curveball in on the left-handers, right tight to their fist. If they do hit it so far, they pulled it foul. There's a fastball foul at the plate, strike 2. On deck, Bobby Richardson. Baltimore leading 1-0 here in the top of the third. With a 2-strike pitch. Curve over, strike 3 call. Blanchard called out. 3 strikeouts in a row for Milt Pappas, his 4th of the ball game. He struck out Scarron and Berra to end the top of the second. Struck out Blanchard leading off here in the third. Here's Bobby Richardson. Bobby batting .249. 11 doubles, 2 triples, 1 homer, and 23 runs batted in. Blanchard gave Berry a little bit of an argument after that third called strike. Boys were a little high-strung, a little excited tonight. Richardson takes the pitch low, ball one. One out, nobody on. The next pitch is a little low, ball two, 2-0. Robinson is playing way in at third, and the right side of the Baltimore infield not playing too deep, looking for a possible push bunt by Richardson. The pitch is over. Strike call. Just below the letters, 2-1. Pappas has really got to be in great shape and have a strong arm to throw this hard for 9 innings. The 2-1 pitch. Strike two as he swings and misses a curveball. 2-2. He's young, and he's strong, and he might be able to do it. We'll wait to see. Here's the windup. The 2-2 pitch. Strike three, swinging. 4 strikeouts in a row for Milt Pappas, his 5th of the night. And that brings up Whitey 4. Whitey batting 136. 1 double, 3 runs batted in. By Pappas, outside and high, ball one. Ron Hansen, the shortstop, is playing forward like a right-hand pull hitter, as is Woodling in left field, only Woodling's playing very shallow. The 1-0 pitch, strike call on the outside corner, 1-1. On deck, Tony Kubek. Busby shades forward over in left center now. 1-1 pitch, curve over, strike, 2 ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the windup. High curve, ball 2, 2-2. That one got away from Pappas. That's actually the first pitch of the night by Milt. That hasn't been close to the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Nobody on. The pitch. Foul back on the screen. Pappas rubs up the new ball. It doesn't take too much time between pitches. Notice Whitey Ford. He checks the sign from Gus Triandos. Here's the windup. The pitch. High, ball 3. Full count on 4, 3-2. Full house at Memorial Stadium for this first game of the big 3-game series, the Yankees and the Orioles. Now the payoff pitch to Whitey. Ground ball at second base. Mark Reading's up with it on the big hop. Over to Jopo for the easy out. And Pappas again sets the Yankees down 1-2-3. Nothing across in the top of the third. The score at the end of 2.5 innings. Baltimore 1 and the Yankees nothing.
Well, Mr. Thompson, we found the trouble. Your carburetor is dirty. Look. You mean that little bit was enough to do it? That's right. Because of the close clearance of the carburetor, just a small amount of deposit can cause the throttle plate to feed the wrong mixture of air and gasoline. So your engine stalls a lot, idles rough, and wastes gasoline. But what causes that deposit? You know I take good care of my car. It's not your fault. You see, exhaust fumes and other stuff in the air get by your air cleaner and build up in your carburetor. Well, isn't there any way I can prevent these deposits? There is now. Just start using Atlantic Imperial gasoline. Atlantic Imperial? Why? Well, it's because the Atlantic Imperial they make today will actually clean out your carburetor and keep it clean while you drive. You mean I won't have to spend money to have my carburetor cleaned again? No, sir. Atlantic Imperial gasoline is all you need to keep your carburetor clean. Try it. Okay, Bill, you sold me. My next tank full is Atlantic Imperial.
In the bottom bottom of the third inning, it'll be the top of the Baltimore batting order to face Whitey Ford for the second time. Jackie Brandt, Gene Woodling, and Brooks Robinson. Brandt single to left field, went to second on Woodling's long fly to right field after tagging up, and scored on a double by Brooks Robinson. Baltimore leads 1-0. All right, Whitey Ford takes the sign from Blanchard. The windup. The fastball is in there, strike call. Pitch. Slow curve is low. Ball 1-1-1. Here's Whitey into the windup. Fastball is hit deep to left field. Yogi's moving back near the wall. And he makes a one-hand catch as he crashes into the wall. A beautiful play by Yogi Berra. In the deep left field corner, he took away at least a double, and it could possibly have been an inside-the-park homer had Yogi not gotten to that ball. He leaped high, backhanded the ball, and crashed into the wall. There's one of the finest fielding plays we've seen all year. Beautiful play by Yogi Berra to take an extra base hit away from Jackie Brandt. And here's Gene Woodling, who has a 17-game hitting streak going. To Woodling, in there, strike call. A one-strike pitch, slow curve low, ball 1-1-1. That was a beautiful play by Yogi. He got a good jump on a hard hit ball. It wasn't hit high, it was a line drive. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Fastball line deep to right field, but curving foul back into the seats. Man, did Woodling hit that one. He pulled a sidearm fastball deep down the right field line like a bullet. But it curved foul in the corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Baltimore's been hitting Whitey hard up to this point. They have 3 base hits, but there's been quite a few line drives that have been caught. Now 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Curve foul back on the screen. Foul holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck, Brooks Robinson. Woodling with that close stance of his, feet almost together. Right foot almost on home plate. Swings and misses a curve. Strike 3. Got Woodling. Whitey's second strikeout. Check that. That's his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. He struck out Crosby and Pappas. And here's Brooks Robinson, who doubled the right field, driving in the only run of the game. His 71st RBI of the year. On deck, Walshofer. 2 out, nobody on. Pitch to Robinson as a curve over the outside corner. Strike 1 call. One strike pitch is inside. Ball 1-1-1. Into the windup. Curve is hit on the ground is short. Kubak's up with it. The throw to Scarron in time to get Robinson. So Whitey sets the Birds down 1-2-3 for the first time in the ball game. Nothing across. The score at the end of 3 full innings. Baltimore 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and the Yankees no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. Still only 1 game to report so far on the scoreboard. Washington beat Boston in the first game 5-1. The Yankees play Baltimore here again tomorrow afternoon and Sunday afternoon. So make sure you're tuned in for those ball games. And these Orioles are going to be in a pennant race right down to the wire. It's certainly a colorful, exciting ball club. You'll have another chance to see these exciting Orioles in a weekend at Yankee Stadium. They meet Friday night, September 16th, in the final Ladies' Day game on Saturday, and the last doubleheader of the season on Sunday, September the 18th. You've got to get those tickets now while they are available. For the Yankees, they'll have the top of their batting order to face Milt Pappas. Kubek, who led off the ball game with a single to center, was doubled on a ground ball by Maris. So Pappas actually faced just 9 men in 3 innings. He has given up 1 hit, no walks, and struck out 5. On deck, Cletus Boyer. Baltimore 1, Yankees nothing. Top of the 4th. The pitch to Kubek is over, strike 1 call. Tony bluffed the bunt, and Brooks Robinson came charging in. Robinson and Boyer, who was on deck, are 2 of the most exciting young third basemen we've seen in a long, long time. His 71st RBI of the year. On deck, Waltrip. 2 out, nobody on. Pitch to Robinson as a curve over the outside corner. Strike 1 call. Pitch is inside, ball 1, 1-1. Here's Whitey into the windup. Curve is hit on the ground is short. Kubek's up with it. The throw to Starin in time to get Robinson. So Whitey sets the Birds down 1-2-3 for the first time in the ball game. Nothing across. The score at the end of 3 full innings. Baltimore 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and the Yankees no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. Still only 1 game to report so far on the scoreboard. Washington beat Boston in the first game 5-1. The Yankees play Baltimore here again tomorrow afternoon and Sunday afternoon. Make sure you're tuned in for those ball games. And these Orioles are going to be in a pennant race right down to the wire. It's certainly a colorful, exciting ball club. Now, you'll have another chance to see these exciting Orioles in a weekend at Yankee Stadium. They meet Friday night, September 16th, in a final Ladies' Day game on Saturday, and the last doubleheader of the season on Sunday, September the 18th. You've got to get those tickets now while they are available. They'll have the top of their batting order to face Milt Pappas. Kubek, who led off the ball game with a single to center, was doubled on a ground ball by Maris. So Pappas actually faced just 9 men in 3 innings. He has given up 1 hit, no walks, and struck out 5. On deck, Cletus Boyer. 1, Yankees nothing. Top of the 4th. The pitch to Kubek is over, strike 1 call. Tony bluffed the bunt, and Brooks Robinson came charging in. Robinson and Boyer, who was on deck, are 2 of the most exciting young third basemen we've seen in a long, long time. Fastball popped to left field. It could be trouble. Woodling digging, but it's curving foul. Woodling could not catch up to that ball. That would have been a double, possibly a triple. Woodling shading Kubek over in left center. Had a long run. The ball dropped foul about 6 or 7 inches. Ronnie Hansen, the shortstop, couldn't get out there in time, and Woodling couldn't get over there. Nothing in 2 on Kubek, who was all the way down at second base. Tony now walking slowly back across the diamond. Gets his bat from the Yankee bat boy. Tony's had a fine year for extra base hits. He has 22 doubles, 3 triples, and 10 homers. The windup, and the curveball is popped to left field this time. Gene Woodling hardly has to move in his tracks. Under it, and makes the catch. That's 1 away. Brings up Cletus Boyer, who struck out swinging in the first inning. Kind of an unusual play on that one, as Boyer swung and missed. Piandos had the ball pop out of his glove, and he lunged down to catch it. Larry Knapp first called Boyer safe. We thought that he had dropped the ball on the ground. Then, after talking with Walt Jopo and played umpire Charlie Berry, they reversed the decision and called Boyer out on a strikeout, saying that the ball had never touched the ground. Wow, nobody on. Pitch to Boyer. Hit high in the air to left field. Woodling is moving back. He's under it, though. And makes the catch. That's 2 away. Brings up Roger Maris, who bounced into a double play in the first inning. Is a little bit low, ball 1. Pappas came in with a breaking pitch that time that dipped below the knees. The 1-0 pitch is line foul, just foul. Yeah, that looked like it hit right on the foul line, but Larry Knapp, who was no more than 10 feet away, right on the play, called it foul. Boy, that was close. Maris lined a foul down the right field corner. 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. 1-0 Baltimore leads. Top of the 4th. The wind up by Pappas. The changeup is swung at and missed strike 2, and he fooled Maris on that one, as Raj was way out in front. Maris's timing has been a little off. Remember, he missed a little better than 2 weeks with his bruised wrist. And even though you take a lot of batting practice, it's never like the game. The pitch, curveball is high, 2-2. Now the 2-2 delivery. Outside ball 3. Tried to put a little extra on that fastball and got away from him. On deck, Mickey Mantle. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now the payoff pitch. A drive to deep right field, but Grant is going back under it and makes the catch. The 3rd inning in a row that Pappas has set the Yankees down in order. Nothing across. The score at the end of 3.5 innings. Baltimore 1 and the Yankees nothing.
Eliminate the problems caused by a dirty carburetor with new Atlantic Imperial gasoline. Atlantic Imperial actually cleans your carburetor as you drive and keeps it clean. So, to end stalling, rough idling, and gasoline waste due to a dirty carburetor, use Atlantic Imperial. The gasoline that adds pleasure to your driving and keeps your car on the go.
In the bottom of the 4th inning, Walter Jopo, who lined into a double play in the first inning. He hit a bullet to Cletus Boyer, who fired the second, nipping Robinson. First pitch to Jopo was hit foul outside of 3rd, strike 1. Baltimore 1, Yankees nothing. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. On deck, Gus Triandos. Whitey swings into the windup. Fastball, he checks his swing and it's high ball 1-1-1. Whitey ready. 1-1 pitch is line to center field, and it's in there for a base hit. And that ball fooled Mickey. It took off. Mickey started back, and then he saw the ball take off. He came in, had an idea to catch it, shoestring, and then had to back up, and the ball almost went by him. There's a long single to center field. There's a ball that actually took off. Hit number 4 off Whitey Ford. And here's Gus Triandos, who walked in the second inning. That ball could easily have skipped by Mickey, but Mickey blocked it with his body. A stretch by Whitey. Pitch to Triandos, low inside, ball 1. Baltimore 1, Yankees nothing, bottom of the 4th. Here's the stretch. Curve low, ball 2, 2-0. Whitey can get Triandos to hit that ball in the dirt. He got perfect double play men there, and Jobo at first and Triandos at the plate. Neither who can run very fast. Throw to first, but Jobo with a short lead is back easily. Fans hooting and hollering at everything that the Yankees do. An excited crowd here tonight. Capacity crowd. The stretch. Pitch low outside, ball 3. 3-0. On deck, Ron Hansen. Three balls, no strikes on Triandos. Here's the stretch. The pitch. Low, ball 4. He lost him. The second time Triandos has walked. And that's the second walk given up by Whitey. Jobo moves to second. Triandos to first. Nobody out. And here's Ron Hansen, who popped up to the second baseman in the second inning. Blanchard is out on the mound talking with Whitey Ford. Jim Gentile, who leads the Orioles in RBIs with 84, is not playing tonight. Paul Richards doesn't play him against left-hand pitchers. Even though he's got plenty of power. He's got 20 home runs. Whitey goes to the rosin bag. Skowron is playing in front of the runner at first. Boyer is in at third. Kubek close to second, and Richardson halfway at second. Looking for the bunt situation. Here's the stretch. The pitch, he takes it for a strike, and he was not ready to bunt that time. Hansen was ready to swing away. Skowron was charging in at first base. Hansen has 19 homers and 74 runs batted in. Baltimore threatening here in the bottom of the 4th. They lead 1-0. Whitey set. Curve low inside, almost hit Hansen in the foot. 1-1. Whitey sets again. Curve low inside and gets away from Blanchard. No, it hit him. It hit him. It hit him in the foot. And he takes his base. Whitey just missed hitting Hansen with the previous pitch on a low curve ball. This one hit Hansen in the foot. Kicked away from Blanchard. Blanchard jumped after it. And here comes Casey Stengel. Wanted to see the spot on the ball, and the fans are getting on Casey. And Casey's asking Johnny Blanchard if the ball hit the batter in the foot. Now he's talking with Charlie Berry. The bases are loaded with nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 4th, Baltimore leads 1-0. A single, a walk, and a hit batsman. Fritz talking with Barry at home plate. Now Casey turns around, walks back to the Yankee dugout. Jim Busby, who struck out in the second inning, is the batter. Cletus Boyer is in at third. If the ball's hit to him, he'll come to the plate, pointing to Blanchard. The rest of the infield back in double play depth. But Busby can fly. He's a tough man to double. Nobody out, the base is loaded. Hanson at first, Piendos at second, Dropo at third. Here's the windup. Curve low inside, ball one. That one almost hit Busby. And there goes Eli Gerber down the bullpen with Elston Howard. Eli Gerber is going down to loosen up. Strikes on Busby. The windup. Pitch is swung and a miss. Strike one, 1-1. On deck, Marv Breeding. Gerber's heating up in a hurry. Whitey checks the sign from Blanchard. Here's the windup. Low ball through, 2-1. Nice block by Blanchard on a curve in the dirt. Ford was in trouble in the first inning. The second inning retired the Orioles in order in the third, but he's in trouble here now with the bases loaded and nobody out. A 2-1 count on Busby. Blanchard and Skowron are out on the mound talking with Whitey. Gerber continues to heat up. One strike. Here's the windup. Curve is line to left field, and it's a base hit. Only one run will score. Jim Busby lined a single to left field, but only Jopo could score. Gus Triano's at second, as we showed you, can't run too well, and he held at third on Yogi's throw to the plate. The bases remain loaded. Nobody out. Baltimore leads 2-0 in the bottom of the fourth, and here's Marv Breeding, who's single to left center field in the second inning. Again, Boy is in at third, and the rest of the infield in double play depth. And for Busby, that was only his 8th run batted into the year, but what a big run. All right, Whitey into the windup. Curve inside, ball one. Nobody out, and the bases loaded. 1 run in. Right hand hitting Marv Breeding, the second baseman. The windup. Curve swung at and missed. Strike one, 1-1. Breeding steps out of the batter's box. Walks around a little bit. Now he's back in, ready to go. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the windup. There's a foul out of play in the upper deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fans in the background. The windup. Ground ball, and Kubek flips to Richardson for 1. Back to first. No, they didn't get the double play. They didn't get it. Larry Knapp started to call him out and saw that Breeding beat the throw and then put his hands down. Skowron's arguing with Knapp. Another run crosses the plate, and Baltimore leads 3-0. On the fourth play, from Kubek to Richardson, Murphy at second base. Triando scored. Hansen moved to third. Breeding is safe at first. He gets credit for an RBI for Breeding his 39th run batted in. And now with runners at first and third and one out, here's Milt Pappas, who struck out in the second inning. And now the Yankee infield has to look for a possible squeeze play. Skowron holding the bag against Breeding. Boyer in at third. Richardson's halfway at second. Kubek is the only infielder playing deep. Here's a stretch by Whitey. The pitch is a curve in there, strike one call. He was not squaring around a bunt that time, but now he takes a look down at Lum Harris, the third base coach. 3-0 Baltimore leads here in the bottom of the fourth. Stretch by Whitey. The pitch is a curve, high ball, 1-1. 5 hits off Whitey Ford and 3 runs with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. The Yankees have not scored as yet. All right, now Whitey sets. The pitch is a ground foul outside of third. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, Jackie Brent. Again, Whitey says, runners lead off first and third. Curve high, ball 2, 2-2. Eli Gerber still throwing down in the Yankee bullpen. All right, ready for the 2-2 pitch. He bunts at it and he's out. He fouled the pitch off. Trying to bunt with 2 strikes on him. It goes as a strikeout for Whitey Ford, his 4th of the ball game. And it was a bad pitch that Pappas went after and fouled off. And here's Jackie Brandt, who singled to left and scored, and lined deep to left. Berra making a sensational catch against the wall. 2 out, 2 on, 2 in. Baltimore leads 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Whitey stretches. Pitch to Brandt, outside, ball 1. Marv Breeding at first, and Ron Hansen over at third. Whitey into the stretch position. Slow curve high, ball 2, 2-0. On deck, Gene Woodling. No strikes on Brandt. Curve foul just below us. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ready for the 2-1 pitch. Ground foul outside of third. 2-2. Deuces on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 men on, and 2 runs in. Baltimore leads 3-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. Jam-packed crowd here at Baltimore's Memorial Stadium. Breeding leads off first. There he goes. The pitch is popped in the air. And back of the plate, Johnny Blanchard is moving back. And makes the catch for the out in foul territory.
You're in tune with Quality Mountain Radio, 1460 on your dial. This is WOKO, Albany, New York.
Baltimore 3, the Yankees nothing, and we pause for station identification. like to mention that the second half of this game is being brought to you by the Crisp Refresher Ballantine beer. You know, Ballantine is a light beer with true lager flavor. And that's what makes it the Crisp Refresher. We've got a dandy of a ball game going here. With Baltimore leading 3-0 in the top of the fifth inning, it'll be Mantle, Skowron, and Berra to face Milt Pappas. Pappas has faced just 12 men in 4 innings. He gave up a hit to Kubek. Kubek was on the front end of a double play. Maris bounced into it. Milt has struck out 5 and has not walked anybody. Mickey Mantle, who laid down what appeared to be a perfect bunt, was thrown out on a great play by Mark Breeding, the second baseman. Strike on the outside corner. Pappas is still firing that ball. Here's the windup. Fastball inside. Ball 1-1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A swing and a foul tip back. It hit Charlie Berry's mask and shook him up. Boy, you could see Charlie shake his head and fall back a step or two. A solid foul off the umpire's mask. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mantle digs in at home plate. Here's the windup. Foul at the plate, and that hit off Mickey's foot. That ball was fouled right down off Mickey's right foot. Mick just looking down at the foot. He would love to reach down and grab and pull that spike shoe off, but he knows if he did, the fans would really get on him. That hurts. Boy, Pappas didn't give him much time to get set. The pitch is outside, 2-2. Mickey was just starting to tap the plate with his bat when Pappas went into the windup. It's just quick out there. Doesn't take much time. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 swinging. Strikeout number 6 for the young right-hander. And here's Bill Skowron, who struck out in the second inning. At one time, Pappas struck out 4 Yankees in a row. Skowron, Berra, Blanchard, and Richardson. He also has Boyer and Mantle. 1 out, nobody on. Pitch to the Moose. Hit foul down the right field line, way back in the upper deck. Nothing. Baltimore leads. Top of the fifth. 1 out. Nobody on. On deck, Yogi Berra. A 1-strike pitch. Low. Ball 1-1. Delivery. Hit off the plate. Down the third base line, but it kicks foul. Skowron was across first base. He was taking no chances in case that ball stayed fair, but it kicked foul halfway down between home and third. Triandos picked it up. So it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count on the Moose. Pappas is throwing from up here what appears to be a fast curve or a slider. It doesn't break much, but it breaks quick at the last second. And that is really a tough pitch to time. Here's the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Foul back in the upper deck. On the mound for Baltimore. Swings into the windup. Pitch, strike 3, swinging. Strikeout number Pappas, and there was that fast-breaking pitch we told you about. It starts to the outside part of the plate, and then just as the batter swings for it, it goes away from him. And just to reverse to a left-hander, it's on the inside part of the plate. When they swing, it comes in on their fist. So even if they do hit it in there, they can't hit it very far off the handle. Yogi Berra struck out his first time at bat. 2 out, nobody on. Pitch to Yogi, outside, pops out of Trianda's glove, picked up by Johnny Blanchard, who's on deck, ball 1. And Yogi started to ask Berra to take a look at the ball, but then Trianda was too attacked for the pitcher, so Yogi didn't even bother. 1 ball, no strikes on Yogi. Here's the windup. Low inside, ball 2, 2-0. Pitch inside, ball 3, 3-0. So Pappas is in danger of walking his first man tonight. He's behind Yogi 3-0. Pitch, strike call, 3-1. Wind up. Pitch is pop foul in the upper deck. Strike 2. Full count on Yogi. So Pappas came right back with 2 strikes. Rubs up the new ball. Now the windup. Pitch. High foul going out of play. Again back in the upper deck. Out holds it 3-2 on Yogi. Baltimore leads 3-0. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 2 out, nobody on. 3-2 count on Berra. Johnny Blanchard swinging the big weighted bat on deck. 3-2 pitch, popped in the air. The shortstop, Ron Hansen, is moving back in short left field. He's under it and makes the catch. And for the 4th consecutive inning, Pappas sets the Yankees down 1-2-3, nothing across. The score at the end of 4.5 innings, Baltimore 3 and the Yankees nothing. Baltimore here in the bottom of the 5th, with the Birds leading the Yankees 3-0. Gene fly to right and struck out. The only left-hand hitter in the Baltimore lineup tonight. Takes the curve low, ball 1. Artie Ford, who has been in trouble 3 of the 4 innings he's pitched so far, delivers the curve, swung at it, missed, strike 1, 1-1. The pitch you don't usually see Woodling go after, the change-up curveball. Fastball hit on the ground at second base. Richardson up with him. Over to Skowron, 1 away. that brings up Brooks Robinson, who doubled to right field to drive in a run in the first inning and then bounced to short in the third. One out, nobody on. On deck, Walt Dropo. Pitch to Robinson is popped in the air. Johnny Blanchard, the catcher, is getting under it in foul territory. Makes the catch, and it's 2-away. This boy had come all the way in from third base in case Blanchard was going to have any trouble with that high pop. And here's Walt Dropo, who lined into a double play in the first inning and then lined a single to deep center. He also scored in the fourth inning. 1 for 2 for Big Dropo. 2 out now, nobody on. A hit deep to left field. That's gone if it stays there. And home run for Walt Dropo. Walt Dropo gets his 4th home of the year and his 21st run batted in. Whitey Ford threw him a changeup curve. Dropo timed it perfectly and hit it what appeared to be directly over the foul pole deep in the left field bleachers. Baltimore now leads 4-0. Here's Gus Piano's been up twice and walked both times. He scored 1 run. Takes the curve outside, ball 1. Outside, ball 2. 2-0. Whitey has had trouble pitching to Trianto so far tonight. He walked him in the second and fourth inning. In the fourth inning on 4 straight pitches. Here's the windup. Slow curve, foul, back in the seat. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now is down the Yankee bullpen. Whitey's pitch, slow curve hit high in the air to left center field, way back. Yogi going back, calling for it, and Mantle there, and Mantle makes the catch right in front of Yogi in deep left center field. Baltimore in the bottom of the 5th, 1 run on 1 hit, the homer by Walt Dropo. No Yankee errors and nobody left. The score at the end of 5 full innings, Baltimore 4 and the Yankees nothing. On the scoreboard, Washington beat Boston in the first game of a twilight doubleheader 5-1. Lemon, Dobek, and Ted Williams home in that game. And the second game is Boston 1, Washington nothing at the end of 1. Detroit is at Chicago. Regan against Score. Cleveland at Kansas City starts later on. The National League, Milwaukee at Cincinnati. Jay against McLeish. Chicago at St. Louis. Cardwell against Jackson. Los Angeles at San Francisco starts later on. And Philadelphia and Pittsburgh not scheduled. This is a good time for you to get your tickets for the important Labor Day doubleheader Monday with the Red Sox. The Tuesday afternoon Boston game and the big weekend series here with Baltimore Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and the Sunday doubleheader September 16th, 17th, and 18th. And also for all remaining Yankee home games. And you can buy them over the counter at Yankee Stadium Advanced Ticket Office. You can buy over the counter at the Yankees Grand Central Terminal Ticket Office. Or you can buy your box and reserve seat reservations at any of the 12 conveniently located Weber and Heilbronner stores in Greater New York. Johnny Blanchard, who struck out in the third inning, leads off against Milt Pappas here in the top of the 6th with Baltimore leading 4-0. First pitch by the right-hander is low, ball 1. On deck, Gil McDougall. Looks like Mack is going to bat for Richardson. windup. The pitch is fouled back on the screen. 1-1. Ryan Duran is loosening up in the Yankee bullpen, so it looks like Stengel's going to go to his bench. We'll have a pinch hitter for Richardson and possibly a pinch hitter for Whitey Ford, who is due to follow. Pitch to Blanchard. Change up. He's long strike two. Again, Blanchard tried to check his swing, but went far enough around. Charlie Berry puts up that big right hand. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The windup. Serve is strike 3 called. He got Blanchard for the second time, and his 8th strikeout of the ball game. And that is the first called strikeout that Pappas had. The other 7 were swinging strikeouts. And here's Gil McDougall batting for Bobby Richardson. McDougall batting .259. 13 doubles, 3 triples, 5 homers, and 27 runs batted in. Bobby, in his only appearance, struck out in the 3rd inning. Pappas quickly into the windup. The pitch to McDougall is a curve over. Strike 1 called. Gil had just about time to get set in that batter's box. You got to be ready with this boy out there. Gil trying to slow Pappas down a little bit. Now he's ready. The windup. Curve strike 2 swinging. He took a little bit off the curve ball that time and had McDougall out in front. Nothing in 2 on Gil. Charlie Berry, a little house cleaning down at home plate. Here's the windup. Fastball is high, ball 1. Figured he had McDougall set up for the high hard one as he threw him 2 breaking pitches before that. Now the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Inside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. 4-0, Baltimore leads. Top of the 6th. The 2-2 pitch, a broken bat fly ball right at the shortstop. 2 outs. McDougall broke his bat, hitting it on the handle right at Ronnie Hansen. That's 2 away. And here is Dale Long coming up to bat for Whitey Ford. Long, wearing uniform number 25, Kent Hadley's old uniform number, is batting .429. He's 3 for 7, 1 homer, and 2 runs batted in. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the windup. Pitch is popped in the air, and back of the plate, Gus Biondo throws the mask away, coming under it, and makes the catch for the out. 3 more men in a row that Milt Pappas has retired. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17 men in a row that Pappas has retired. Jumping across for the Yankees in the top of the 6th, and the score at the end of 5.5 innings, Baltimore 4, and the Yankees nothing. Take over for Whitey Ford on the mound, and Gil McDougall moves in to play second base in place of Bobby Richardson. Duran is making his 35th appearance of the year. He has won 3 and lost 4. Pitched a total of 38 and a third innings, giving up 22 hits, 23 3 runs, 3 home runs. He's walked 39 and struck out 49. He has a 4.74 earned run average. So these red-hot Baltimore Orioles, leading 4-0 here in the bottom of the 6th, have Ronnie Hansen ready to lead off against Duran. Hansen popped to second base and was hit by a pitch ball. On deck is Jim Busby. We might see a few changes now with a right-hand pitcher out there. We might have some left-handed pinch hitters, but we'll wait and see. All right, Duran on the mound. Big, slow windup. Pitch to Hansen. High. No, it's not. Strike 1. I forgot to say high for a ball. Hansen was crouched way over that plate. Fastball inside. 1-1. The count on Ron Hansen here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nobody out and nobody on. Baltimore 4, the Yankees nothing. Same 2 teams meet tomorrow afternoon and Sunday afternoon. Be on the air at 1:55 both days. The 1-1 pitch, low outside, gets away from Blanchard, rolls to the screen, ball 2, 2-1. Crowd gets a big charge out of that. Here's the windup. Pitch high inside, ball 3, 3-1. Pitch, high inside, ball 4. After getting the first strike over, Duran threw 4 bad ones, and Hansen walked. And Jim Busby is being called back now, and just as we figured, the left-hand hitters are going to start coming out. And it looks like Dave Philly, who was just purchased from the San Francisco Giants, making his appearance here tonight. Dave Philly. Wearing uniform number 22. Philly, born May 16, 1920, is 40 years old. Broke into the major leagues in 1941 with the White Sox. Is a switch hitter batting left-handed against Ryan Duran. The stretch and the pitch to Philly. High ball 1, almost a wild pitch. Curran is holding first base against Hansen. Boyer is in at third. Philly is a fierce competitor, man. He has stood in a second base against me many times and knocked me sprawling. Plays hard and clean. Here's the stretch. The pitch. Inside, ball 2, 2-0. And going down to the bullpen, we have some action. Duke Moss is hustling down there. Jim Hegan has been put on the active list for the Yankees. He has been the catching coach. Jim Hegan, who's one of the finest catchers in the big league. Real fine receiver. Man, when he handled that staff of Feller, Wynn, Garcia, and Lemon over at Cleveland, he did quite a job. 4 tough men to handle. High 2-0 on Philly with Hanson leading off first. Nobody out. In the bottom of the sixth, Baltimore leads 4-0. Here's the stretch. The pitch, strike called, fastball down the middle. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Charlie Berry is telling one of the young photographers to move back. He's only about 10 feet from home plate. And if Philly could ever foul one off the end of his bat, he could really hurt that youngster. Man, he was in a dangerous spot. Now he moves way down by the third base coaching box. Better off getting a telephoto lens and getting down the left field corner. All right, Hanson with a good-sized lead off first. The stretch, the pitch. Foul tip held by Blanchard. Strike 2, 2-2. Second baseman Mark Breeding. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the stretch. And Duran steps off the rubber. Fans yelling balk again. Duran sets once again. He got a good jump to throw to second base, and he's going to be in there. Boy, did he get a running jump on Ryan Duran. He was bouncing up and down off first base, and then he took off just after Duran took his last look at first base. A stolen base for Hanson, only his second of the year. And the pitch was high at the 3-2 count on Dave Philly. Nobody out. Ready for the payoff pitch to Philly. Here it is, and he swings and misses strike 3. Philly strikes out. Here's Mark Breeding, who singles and bounced into a fourth play, driving in a run in the 4th inning. At second base. Here's a stretch by Duran. Pitch to Breeding is strike 1, a swing and a miss, and boy, he swung after that ball was fine. Looks like Gene Stevens loosening up down in the Baltimore bullpen. Stevens, who throws right-handed, bats left-handed, will probably go in the outfield. Second base. Pitch is fouled on the right field line. Nothing in 2 on Mark Breeding. Ryan Duran in relief of Whitey Ford, who went the first 5 innings, giving up 6 hits and 4 runs. That's for new ball from Charlie Berry, the plate umpire. Plenty of time, checking the sign from Blanchard. Here's the stretch. A wild pitch back to the screen. Hanson going to third. And holds up there. Man, Duran uncaught the wild pitch all the way back to the screen. And Baltimore has another runner at third base with 1 out. A 1-ball, 2-strike count on Mark Breeding. Baltimore leads 4-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Casey Stengel moves the infield in on the edge of the infield grass for possible play at the plate. Here's the windup. Pitch. Strike 3 called. He took a fastball right down the middle. Marv Breeding is called out on strike for Duran's second strikeout. And that'll bring up Milt Pappas, who's been up twice, struck out both times. Third base. 2 men out. Infield now moves back to normal depth. And now Duran wants Boyer to play in at third in case Pappas tries to beat out a bunt. Here's the windup. Pitch is swung at it, missed strike 1. Looked like Hansen was going to come all the way that time. The bluff coming down the line. Duran takes that big, slow windup, and that time at least he didn't bother to take a glance over at third base. Now he looks over there. Here's his windup. Pitch is swung at it, missed strike 2. Pappas is having some good cuts up there, but he's not hitting the ball. Nothing in 2. It's 2 out. Duran taking time out to wipe his glasses. Put them back on. Jackie Brandt is on deck. Windup. Pitch, strike 3 swinging. Third time in a row that Pappas has gone down as strikes as Duran strikes out the side after walking Hansen lead off the inning. And for Baltimore, no runs, no hits, no Yankee errors. 1 man left in the score at the end of 6 full innings. Baltimore, 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The Yankees, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. On the scoreboard, Washington defeated Boston in the first game of a twilight doubleheader 5-1. Lee the winner, Sullivan the loser. Lemon, Joe Beck, and Ted Williams home in that game for Williams, the 516th of his career. Washington won, Boston won at the end of 1.5 of the second game, Ramos against Muffet. Detroit scored 2 in the top of the first, playing at Chicago. The National League, Milwaukee, nothing. Cincinnati at the end of 1. Chicago, nothing. St. Louis, nothing at the end of 1. Los Angeles at San Francisco starts later on. And Philadelphia and Pittsburgh not scheduled. And Mel Allen will be coming over here to the radio side to finish up right after we pause for station identification.
On the right side, the bright side of your dial, this is Quality Modern Radio, 1460 WOKO, Albany, New York.
We're ready to move now into the 7th inning. We have some changes. Gene Stevens has gone to right field. And in center field, Jackie Brandt. Woodling remains in left. Dave Philly had hit for Jim Busby. We go into the 7th inning, 4-0 in favor of the Orioles. Top of the order, Tony Kupek takes the strike, fastball. Milt Pappas pitching a brilliant ball game. Gave up a base hit to Kupek to start the game and has knocked off every Yankee since, including getting Maris grounding into a double play. There's a bouncer grabbed by the pitcher. The throw to first in time. The paid attendance is 44,518. 18 men in a row.
retired by Pappas after giving a base hit to Beck to open the game. Boyer struck out at fly to left. The pitch is just outside for a ball. The right-hander's next delivery in there for a strike, 1-1. Boyer disputes the call. One strike, one out. 4-0 Orioles in the seventh inning. Milt Pappas' delivery backs him away. Ball 2, 2-1. Count on Cleet Boyer. Pappas into the windup. In comes the pitch. Swung on line into right field, and it is in there for a base hit. Now Hoyt Wilhelm goes down to the bullpen. Paul Richards has depth in pitching and got plenty of them to use if he needs them. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. It's accidentally tapped toward the mound. The throw to first base gets Maris. On to second goes Boyer. Maris was not swinging. He's pulling away from the plate. The ball both ends gets the bat. And he's an easy out at first base. So with 2 down, Boyer on second. Here's Mantle out on a drag bunt to Breeding in the second inning and struck out in the fifth. 4-0 Baltimore. It's the seventh inning. 2 out. Pappas into the stretch, and the pitch to Mantle. In there for a strike. Fastball hits the middle of the plate and sailed away from him. No balls, 1 strike. Pappas working fast, and the pitch. It's outside. Ball 1, 1-1. 1 count. The Yankees have scored 4 runs in their last 3 ball games. This is the 4th. And the stretch. Next pitch is swung on and caught high in the air. Down the third baseline. Now into foul territory goes Brooks Robinson, and he has it. And the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. The score remains Baltimore 4 and New York nothing. You know, I'm sure you've heard the expression, it's in the bag. Well, you know what that means. Everything's hunky-dory okay. And I'll tell you this, your holiday weekend will go a lot smoother and pleasant if you just remember to take home a big bag full of frosty Ballantine 6-pack. Yes, sir, you keep those easy-carrying Ballantine beer 6-packs handy. And when you and your friends feel like some refreshment, just flip open one of those 6-packs and treat yourselves to Ballantine. It's the light beer with true lager flavor. That's what makes Ballantine the crisp refresher. So when you're shopping for the weekend, look for the Icy Blue 6-pack and enjoy smooth, delicious Ballantine beer, the crisp refresher. This is the 5th largest crowd they've ever had for an Oriole ball game, 44,518, and gives them their largest total attendance for any given season. As we go into the last half of the 7th inning, it'll be the top of the Oriole order: Jackie Brandt, Gene Woodling, and Brooks Robinson. Tomorrow afternoon, Art Ditmar will face Jack Fisher. Our airtime 1:55. The Yankees will be home on Labor Day with the Boston Red Sox. Doubleheader. And Tuesday afternoon. Jackie Brandt, 1 for 3. Ryan Duran's pitch is outside, ball one. Brandt opened the game with a single, took second on a fly to right, and scored on Brooks Robinson's double into the right field corner. Ryan Duran took over at the beginning of the sixth inning after Whitey Ford had been removed for a pinch hitter. Ford gave up all the Oriole runs. Duran's pitch in there, strike one, 1-1. One ball, one strike. Bob Curley loosening up for New York. Steve Barber for the Orioles. One ball, one strike on Jackie Brandt. Ryan Duran's pitch swung on, a ground ball hit out to second. McDougal over to his right, up with it, throws to Skowron in time. And there's one away. Now here's Gene Woodling. Fly to right, struck out, and grounded out to second. Been 15 strikeouts in this game. Ford 4, Duran 3, and Pappas 8. Out of 40 putouts. Duran's pitch to Woodling is low and inside, ball one. Gene's batting .287. No strike. Now the pitch. It's over. Strike one, 1-1. And the changeup pitch is outside and high. Ball two, 2-1. Brooks Robinson on deck. Two balls, one strike. Duran taking his time. Now the 2-1 pitch to Woodling. It's in there, strike two, 2-2. Two strikes. One out, nobody on. Duran taking a lot of time. Goes to the windup now. The 2-2 pitch to Woodling. Swung on. Little slow roller. Chase. And wait a minute. Now Skowron has it. Steps on first. And Duran was running over trying to get in front of it, but he never did. Hi, Miss Ruth. Miss Babe Ruth sitting over in the booth next door to us. Anyway, Duran never did get in front of the ball. Skowron, however, was right behind him and grabbed and stepped on first. Two away. Here's Brooks Robinson. Double to right. Grounded to short. Fouled out to the catcher. Batting .302. Swings to the windup. Round comes the right arm. The pitch is swung on, lined out over second, and it's in there for a base hit. Barris up the ball, tossing it back into McDougal. Robinson singles to right. Now Walt Grobo schedule a bat, but Jim Gentile's going to hit for Grobo. Jim Gentile will hit for Walt Grobo as Paul Richards pitches goes to the left-hand hitter with Duran in there now. Jim Gentile, batting .294. 20 homers and 84 runs batted in. One of 3 Orioles in the running for Rookie of the Year honors. Hanson, Breeding, and Gentile. Big left-hand batter steps in. Brooks Robinson on first with 2 out in the 7th inning. 4-0 Baltimore. Stretched by Duran. And the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Gus Triandos on deck. Stretched by Duran. Brooks Robinson widening his lead off first. An easy toss over to first. Robinson back. One ball, no strikes. Again the stretch. Robinson leads away. Here's the pitch. Backs the hitter away. Ball 2, 2-0. Won 4 in a row. The Yankees have taken 4 in a row from Baltimore. The Orioles leading 4-0 though right now. And the last of the 7th. 2 outs. Robinson on first. A 2-0 count on Jim Gentile batting for Walt Gropo. Ryan Duran's pitch on its way. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. 2-1. One strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stretched by Duran. Brooks Robinson leads away. And the pitch. In there for a strike. 2-2. And that time Robinson wasn't going and Blanchard dropped the ball. A 2-2 count. Always happens that way when you're not looking for a taxi. There's one coming along. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. 4-0 Orioles. 7th inning. Robinson gets back as the throw goes over from Duran. Brooks Robinson again with a good lead. Wide in the inch. The stretch. He looks like he's about to go. Then Duran steps off again. And the crowd's getting a kick out of the little side play. Duran again to the stretch. Robinson gets off. Further. There he goes. And the pitch is fouled off. Or is it further? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In favor of the Orioles. It's the 7th inning. A 2-2 count. Once again, Brooks Robinson leads away. Stretched by Duran. And the pitch. It's low, ball 3. 3-2. Now Robinson will have to go. Terry's walking down to the bullpen. Curley's been loosening up. Moss was before. Brooks Robinson will be traveling 2 away. Stretched by Duran. There goes the runner. The pitch swung on it, popped high in the air. Blanchard comes back near the screen, and he can't get it. The ball landed just at the very edge of the screen, so Jim Gentile's got another chance. Count remains 3-2. at his cap. Steps in the pitching position, gets the sign from Blanchard. 2 outs on 3-2 count. Brooks Robinson ready to move. The stretch. There goes the runner, and the pitch is high outside, ball 4. Jim Gentile gets the walk. Second given up by Duran. Robinson on second, Gentile on first, and the batter is Gus Triandos. He walked twice and flied to deep left. Lead away from first and second. The pitch to Gus. Inside, ball 1. Ron Hansen is on deck. Robinson on second. Gentile on first. Duran into that slow stretch. Here's the pitch to Triandos. Inside, ball 2. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs, 2 on. Here's the pitch, and Triandos swings and lines it by short to left field for a base hit. Around third comes Robinson, and on in to score, and it's 5-0 in favor of Baltimore. Gentile stops at second. Gus Triandos driving in his 42nd run of the year. A 2-out attack by the Orioles, a single, a walk, and a single. And here now is Ron Hansen, who flied to right, was hit by a pitch ball, and walked. 5-0 in favor of Baltimore. 8 hits. Robinson, Dropo, Triandos, Busby, and Breeding have driven in runs. Ryan Duran's pitch. In there, strike 1. Ron Hansen, batting .260. Nothing Orioles, 7th inning. Shirley has concluded his warming up. Ralph Terry continues. Runners lead away from first and second. And the pitch. Inside, ball 1. 1-1. Almost 45,000 out here tonight. Orioles battling for first place against the Yankees, leading 5-0. 2 on, 2 out, 1 in, and the pitch inside, ball 2, 2-1. Duran has had trouble controlling a tight pitch to a hitter this year. He throws one fastball. It comes in and tails off into a right-hand hitter away from a left-hand batter, and he's been wild with that pitch. A 2-1 count. Hello, Al. Got visitors everywhere. Al Shax is here in the Babe Ruth. Al has participated in the old-timers game beforehand and delighted the crowd with his antics as an umpire. A 2-1 count. Ron Hansen, the batter. Jim Gentile on second. Gus Triandos on first. Now Duke Moss goes back to the Yankee bullpen. Here's the pitch to Hansen. It's in there. Strike 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 off. During the end of the stretch, runners lead away from first and second. Now the pitch to the right-hand batter. Inside, ball 3. Backs him away. Full count. Gentile on second. Triandos on first. Will be off and running with the pitch. Gene Stevens on deck. Ron Hansen digs in. Now the stretch by Duran. Gentile and Triandos start to go. The pitch swung on it. Missed. Strike 3. And the side is retired. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on. 7 innings of play. Baltimore 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 7 men left on. The Yankees no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. May I suggest a thirst-quenching idea? Just amble over to the refrigerator, draw out a frosty bottle of that crisp, refresher Valentine beer, the light beer with true lager flavor, while we pause for station identification.
You're in tune with Quality Modern Radio, 1460 on your dial. This is WOKO, Albany, New York.
Over the public address system, they're announcing a new Orioles season attendance record. With the crowd tonight of 44,518, the season record has gone to 1,079,392. And that is for 67 playing dates. In 54 playing dates, have drawn 1,376,994. On the road, 1,500,000 and about 30,000. About 35,000. Moving into the 8th inning. 5-0 favor the Orioles. Bill Skowron up, and the pitch is bounced over the head of the pitcher. Slow bounder. Hansen up to the ball. Fires on the first base and gets him on a good play. Bill Skowron out as Ron Hansen came in from deep short. Running full speed, scooped up the slow bouncer and nipped him at first base with an unerring throw. Now here is Yogi Berra. Moose had struck out twice previously. Berra struck out and popped out to Hansen in short left. Hitting .298. Skowron was batting .308. Milt Pappas delivers outside, ball 1. Washington beat Boston 5-1. Second game of the twilight doubleheader. 2-1 Boston and to 3.5. Detroit leads Chicago 2-0 and to 2.5. Next pitch, the Yogi swung on, grounded to second. Breeding up with it. Flips on to Gentile, and they're 2 away. 2 up and 2 down. Here's Johnny Blanchard, who twice has struck out, both times looking. Cincinnati scoreless end of 3. Chicago 2. St. Louis nothing end of 2. Giants Dodgers start later. Phil's Pirates not scheduled. Johnny Blanchard takes a strike from Milt Pappas, who has really scintillated tonight on the mound. The right-hander's pitch changeup is looped into short right. Gene Stevens comes on the run and makes the catch. 3 up and 3 down in the 8th inning. It's been that way in all but 2 innings. The Yankees have had 2 base runners. Strubeck singled in the first, and Boyer singled in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. End of 7.5 innings. Baltimore 5, New York nothing. When it comes to having a favorite team, I know you have a preference. Along those same lines, I'm sure you have a preference as to the type of glass you like your beer served in. It's all a matter of personal taste, of course, but what actually counts is what's in the glass. And there's one beer that delivers top taste and refreshment in any glass. And of course, I mean the crisp refresher, Ballantine beer. That golden Ballantine is mighty refreshing. And when it comes to flavor, Ballantine's the light beer with true lager flavor. It proves a beer can be truly light and still give you all the downright delicious lager beer flavor you want. That's the reason why Ballantine beer is the crisp refresher. So friends, enjoy the one beer that tastes great anytime in any glass. Light, delicious Ballantine beer, the crisp refresher. In the last half of the eighth inning, Gene Stevens will be first up for the Orioles. Marv Beating on deck and Milt Pappas to follow. Stevens hitting .237. Went into play right field after Philly hit for Busby in the sixth. Ryan Duran's been in there since the beginning of the sixth inning. Into the windup, and the pitch is in there. Strike one. Baltimore out front, 5-0. Last of the eighth. Now the pitch. Change up, pitch outside. Ball one. 1-1. Ball, one strike. Has struck out both times looking. Milwaukee, Cincinnati scoreless end of 3. Chicago 2, St. Louis nothing end of 2. Giants, Dodgers start later. Phil's, Pirates not scheduled. Johnny Blanchard takes the strike from Milt Pappas, who has really scintillated tonight on the mound. Right-hander's pitch changeup is looped into short right. Gene Stevens comes on the run and makes the catch. 3 up and 3 down the eighth inning. It's been that way in all but 2 innings. The Yankees have had 2 base runners. Lubeck singled in the first, and Boyer singled in the seventh. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left off. And of 7.5 innings, Baltimore 5, New York nothing. When it comes to having a favorite team, I know you have a preference. Along those same lines, I'm sure you have a preference as to the type of glass you like your beer served in. It's all a matter of personal taste, of course, but what actually counts is what's in the glass. And there's one beer that delivers top taste and refreshment in any glass. And, of course, I mean the crisp refresher, Ballantine beer. That golden Ballantine is mighty refreshing. And when it comes to flavor, Ballantine's the light beer with true lager flavor. It proves a beer can be truly light and still give you all the downright delicious lager beer flavor you want. That's the reason why Ballantine beer is the crisp refresher. So friends, enjoy the one beer that tastes great anytime in any glass. Light, delicious Ballantine beer, the crisp refresher. In the last half of the eighth inning, Gene Stevens will be first up for the Orioles. Marv Beating on deck and Milt Pappas to follow. Stevens hitting .237. Went into play right field after Philly hit for Busby in the sixth. Ryan Duran's been in there since the beginning of the sixth inning. Into the windup, and the pitch is in there. Strike one. Baltimore out front, 5-0. Last of the eighth. Now the pitch. Change up, pitch outside. Ball one. 1-1. Ball, one strike. The 1-1 delivery. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, 1-2. its return throw almost hit Stevens in the head as he straightened up a little too fast. A 1-2 count. Duran goes to the windup, fires away, swung on it, missed, strike 3. Strikeouts for Duran. Marv Breeding singled to left center, grounded to short, took a third strike, has 1 run batted in the game, hitting .282. It's been a game that has been dominated by Milt Pappas. Duran's pitch. Swung on to a fly ball hit out into right field. Roger Maris getting under it. Makes the catch, and they're 2 away. The Orioles getting a run in the first inning. Here's Pappas coming out now and getting a hand. Has struck out 3 times, once bunting foul on third strike. Duran's pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Brandt singled in the first inning, took second on a fly ball by Woodling, scored on Robinson's double to right as off Whitey Ford. Then Whitey gave up a single to Dropo in the 4th, walked Triandos, and hit Hansen to load the bases. Busby singled in a run, and Breeding's forced out at second, got second run in. Dropo homered in the 5th for the 4th run. Here's the pitch. It's the ball. The 5th run in the 7th inning off Duran. Robinson single, a walk to Gentile hitting for Dropo, and Gus Triando single. The Yankees have had 2 singles. Kubek, who opened the game with a single, and Boyer, who singled in the 7th. Pappas are tying every man in between and every man since. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1-2. Duran throwing some bullets. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the 8th inning, and it's 5-0 Baltimore. Here's the delivery, and it misses for a ball. 2-2. Balls, 2 strikes. Now the 2-2 pitch. Swung on line foul into the lower left field stand, about halfway out toward the stands in fair territory. Pappas has had 3 hits this year, and one of them was a homer. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The windup by Duran and the pitch. Look out, it's inside ball 3. Full count. Still trying to get that pitch to work for him. Won't work. That's his bread and butter pitch for the right-hand batter. Full count. Now the windup and the payoff pitch. Swung on and popped high into the air. Off third. Boyer moving under it. And makes the catch. And the side's retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. And at the end of 8 innings of play, Baltimore 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 7 left on. The Yankees no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. On the Valentine scoreboard in the American League. Washington beat Boston 5-1 in the first game of the twilight doubleheader. Lee beat Sullivan. Homers, Lemon, his 32nd. Dobek, Williams, his 24th of the year, and his 516th Major League homer. Boston 2, Washington 1 at the end of 3.5 innings of the second game. Muffet and Ramos. Detroit 2, Chicago 1 at the end of 3 innings. Regan against Storr, who was relieved by Kemmer in the first. Cleveland and Kansas City will be Locke against Hall. National League, Milwaukee 3, Cincinnati nothing end of 3.5 innings. Jay for the Braves, McLeish for Cincinnati. Osteen relieved McLeish in the fourth. Chicago 7, St. Louis nothing end of 2.5 innings. He got his 5th homer of Chicago got 5 runs in the third inning. Banks got his 38th homer in the inning. Cardwell pitching for the Cubs. Jackson for the Cards, and Klein in the third. Los Angeles, San Francisco start later tonight. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh not scheduled. Now to the 9th inning. 5-0 in favor of Baltimore. Gil McDougall is first up. The pitch is in there for a strike. McDougall batted for Richardson in the 6th and lined out to Hansen. Milt Pappas buzzing him in there for the Orioles. Great control tonight. Real good stuff. The right-hander delivers. McDougall takes it just off the plate for a ball. 1-1. Hector Lopez will hit for Duran. Now the pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right of the plate, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Yankees have been shut out 4 times this year. And they were shut out in their last game. Here's the delivery. Swung on it, missed. Strike 3 and a beautiful change of pace. 9 strikeouts for Pappas. Now Hector Lopez hitting for Duran. He just don't pitch many better games than he's been pitching, even if you pitch a no-hitter. He has really tantalized them with his sharp stuff, his speed, his changes of pace, all over that same motion. Hector Lopez batting .278, hitting for Duran. The pitch is a ball. Still inside. One ball, no strikes. Nothing delivery. Swung on. There's one kicked off the foot of the pitcher. Up with it is Robinson. Pitch to first and gets him. There the ball is rammed through the middle. Time is called. That hurt the leg of the pitcher. Milt Pappas, a hard shot through the middle. He couldn't get down to field it. The ball hit his leg and ricocheted over toward third, where Robinson grabbed it and threw Lopez out. Now Lum Harris goes out to see how Pappas is. They put out. That's registered 153. That hurt Pappas. He's going to try a few pitches, or he says he's all right, I guess. No, he's going to try a couple of pitches now. See if he can throw the weight on his foot. In the 9th inning. And here's Tony Kubek, who singled to center, flied to left, and hit to the box, batting .287. The pitch is swung on a bouncer out to short. Hansen can't field it, and Kubek is aboard. Hansen got way over by second. It's a base hit for Kubek. He almost came up to the ball, but didn't quite. The Yankees' third hit. Tubex had 2 of them. Tubex opened the game with a single, then Pappas knocked off 18 men in a row, gave up a single to Boyer, and then retired 7 in a row. 2 down, the pitch, swung on, ground ball hits the short. Hanson's beating, forcing Tubex at second. The ball game is over, and the Orioles have won it 5-0 as Milt Pappas pitches a brilliant 3-hitter, and the Orioles move into a virtual tie for first place as his teammates come out and grab his hand. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. And the Yankees are blanked for the second straight game and have scored just 4 runs in their last 4 ball games. Winning 2 of them and losing 2 of them. As we give you the totals, how about you checking your supply of that crisp refresher, Valentine beer, the light beer with true lager flavor. Time of game, 2 hours and 15 minutes. The totals, the Baltimore Orioles, 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 7 men left on. The Yankees, no runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. Pappas didn't walk a man. He struck out 9. Whitey Ford, the loser, worked 5 innings, gave up 6 hits and 4 runs. Duran, in his 3 innings, gave up 2 hits and 1 run. Pappas wins his 13th game. He's lost 8. 1-2 against New York, his first win over him this season. 4-4 lifetime. Ford loses his 8th game. He's won 9. 4-2 against the Orioles this year. And 26-10 lifetime against them. So the victory breaks a winning streak the Yankees held over the Orioles of 4 in a row. The Orioles currently have now won 5 games in a row, and 9 out of their last 10 to move into a virtual tie for first place, cutting the Yankees' lead in the loss column to 2, and are 2 up in the win column. The Yankees have lost 2 less. The Orioles have won 2 more. The Yankees 75-51, Baltimore 77-53. The Yankees have a percentage of .595, the Orioles .592, and tomorrow it'll be Art Ditmar and Jack Fisher. That winds up another Valentine baseball broadcast. And now this is Bob Delaney saying that's all for now from the Atlantic Refining Company and your friendly Atlantic dealer, who offer you Atlantic Imperial gasoline to keep your car on the go. And P. Valentine and Sons, brewers of the crisp refresher, Valentine beer, the largest selling beer in the East. This is the Home of Champions Network.